Hi, this is Erik Brown again with RE/MAX Results, and I wanted to say thanks everyone for tuning in to our video blog. I've got the pleasure today of introducing you to a friend and colleague of mine, Ed Matthews, who is here to talk to us about estate planning and tax planning. So I'll just have Ed take it away.
Erik, thanks so much. Great to be with you folks today. Wanted to just talk about estate planning at every stage of your life. A lot of people think estate planning, that's something my grandparents need to be concerned about, but that's not something that affects that's not something that affects me. I want to take you through just a few examples to illustrate how important estate planning and asset protection is at various stages of your life. We're here at the end of August in Minnesota. A lot of students are going to college. You know, if you're over 18, you're an adult, and with that comes certain responsibilities, and you have a lot of freedom, but you should also make sure that your affairs are in order. What do I mean by that? It's a good idea before you go off to school to make sure that you have completed a healthcare directive so that if something happens to you in a medical emergency and you're unconscious, your parents or close sibling could make decisions for you. It's also a good idea to have given somebody what's called a financial power of attorney so that if something happens to you, somebody can step in and pay your bills for you. After you graduate college, you're going to meet that person of your dreams, and you're probably going to start a family at some point. At that point, it's very important that you have a will. What does a will do? Well, it does more than just provide a set of directions on how your assets will be distributed. More important than that is a will specify who you want to take care of your children should something happen to you. And you might be thinking, well, my family will step in and take care of the kids. But of course, your spouse is also thinking, my family will step in and take care of the kids. And the families might be very well intentioned, but they might have different ideas of who should step in under what circumstances and take care of the children should something happen to you prematurely. It's very important to have that spelled out in a guardianship section in your will. As you go through life, you're going to be accumulating assets. Let's say you're working with Erik and you buy that first rental property or you buy that second rental property. Very important to protect that asset. And just as important to have that asset segregated from the rest of your assets so that if someone slips and falls on the rental property, they can't sue you and recover assets from a different part of your estate. So very important to have the rental property perhaps included in an LLC or an S corporation, something along those lines. And then as you continue to go through life, have your children, you see how they're developing, it might be a good idea to set up a trust so that they don't inherit a whole bunch of money right away on your passing, that you can see how they develop, how they manage money, and you can meter out distributions. And of course, as you approach end of life, we've all got to think about how do we want to be cared for in our elder years. And for some people, that's the nursing home or in-home care. It's very important to think about, should I purchase long-term care insurance? How am I going to protect my assets? Should I want to qualify for veterans or Medicaid benefits? There are trusts that we can set up for you to protect your assets and to handle that type of planning. As you can see, everyone's situation is unique. There are no cookie cutter approaches. And it's really important to speak with a qualified professional. I think I've got a unique background as both an attorney and a CPA. I can give both legal and tax advice. But again, no one situation is the same. So what I like to do is have people come into my office for a free, no cost, no obligation meeting for up to an hour, hour and a half. Just sit down, get to know you, talk about your situation, and then make some recommendations. We can see if we're a good fit. Regardless of what stage you are in your life, it's a good idea to think about asset protection and estate planning. How can you get a hold of me? Again, my name is Ed Matthews. I'm an attorney and a CPA. My website is www.matthewslawoffice.net, 2 T's in Matthews. Or also feel free to give me a call at 651-501-5608. Happy to schedule an appointment to talk with you about how we can help protect your assets, protect your family, and keep wealth in your family.
Thanks, Ed. Appreciate it. Great information as always. Again, if you want more either on housing information or on anything with tax or estate planning, feel free to touch base with us at the information above or below. Again, this is Erik Brown with RE/MAX Results, and thanks for tuning in.